Hello and welcome back to Ayaron's world. Not that much has changed since we were last here. The tower is the same as it ever was. I've manually deactivated the spider spawner for now by just putting up torches in there. That's because I have plenty of wool for the moment. Once I get some glowstone, I'm going to put some switchable lights in the ceiling so I can turn it on and off at the flick of a switch. This thing, the mob spawner, is working, sort of. It's still far too slow. Far too slow. I am getting mobs spawning in here and they are going up and they are drowning. But it's a little, it's not that good. I still have to light up the surface and hundreds of caves all around here. But if I go AFK overnight, then I am getting an amount of TNT. Now, I have added a second floor to this. So, let's have a little look in here. If I just put that down there for the moment. Now, this is constructed exactly the same as the one below, except that rather than having a pressure plate in the centre there to stop the water from flowing and so on, what I've got is, I don't know if you can just see that, I've got a fence gate, which I put in the middle and I've positioned as opened, and so that way the mobs can swim up past it. The ones on this level can fall in, go in and swim up past it. And it seems to work quite well. There is a problem with the fence gates that some people are finding whereby they're spontaneously closing. But I think what they're doing is they're closing when there's a block update near them, because this one has been open for quite a while. Now it could just be randomness that this block where the fence gate is hasn't been selected for updating. But so far it's doing okay. It does mean that I'm going to have to check on it every now and then. If suddenly all the mobs stop coming, then then the first thing to do is for me to go in and see whether or not that has closed itself. So I'm going to show you my strip mine quickly, just to show you that I am working on it down here. I've got a small tree farm. That's just to keep me in enough wood for tools. And I keep enough coal down here to do some smelting of iron and so on. This is where I put blocks which need to be taken up to the surface. And so far I've only been working on this side. And the way I do it is I dig out 8, drop a torch, and then I cut across to the other corridors. The reason I do that is it allows me to keep track as to how far I'm going. It means that if a mob does get into this corridor, I can always dodge sideways to avoid it, and so on. And I just realised for some reason this one here wasn't cut across the way it should have been. And that's it. And I found a reason, and this is where I found a lot of my diamonds and stuff like that. I haven't started on the other side yet, but I will do. So, I find myself in a position where there are various things I want to do simultaneously. I want to go to the Nether so I can get lightstone, but the most efficient way to get lightstone is to find yourself with a pick with silk touch. So for that I need an enchanting table. But in order to get the most effective enchanting table, I need pistons so I can push and pull. So I can push and pull the bookcases, so I can get the low-level enchantments if that's all I want, or the high-level enchantments. It's quite a standard design, that's what most people are doing. But in order to get sticky pistons, I need slimes. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and find somewhere where there are slimes. Now, coming up on screen right now, there should be an image that I generated from a website. I'll link the website down in the description, and possibly on screen right now. This shows chunks where slimes will spawn. And I've chosen somewhere where there are 3 chunks near each other. I'll try and highlight on screen now which are the chunks I'm aiming for. I've got myself some TNT here, and I've already made a start at digging out that level. Now slimes will spawn at level 40 and below. So this is the center of that 2x3 chunk area, of which 3 of the chunks give me slimes. Now I realise that there are places where there are chunks that are right next to each other, but they're further away from my main base, and I didn't want to have to travel too far. So what I did was I dug down to level 40. If I bring up the coordinates, so my head is at level 40, so my feet are about level 38. So once this is dug out, slimes should spawn here. And what I did was, I dug around the outside of the whole thing. All the way round. I dug out any iron I found as I was going, but I left the coal, because coal really isn't that necessary anymore. You can just make charcoal. Okay, and this is me starting to work out the pattern of what I'm going to use the TNT for. So it's 1 in from that side, then it's every 2. Like so. So I'm going to actually dig in from the other side. Get my picks ready. Now, I don't have enough TNT to do this whole area, but I do have enough to do quite a bit, which should hopefully speed things up. So what I do is I dig in. Probably have to drop a torch every now and then. So what I'm going to do with this slime area is, to start with, it's going to be just a place I can go and manually kill slimes. But I will later, once I've got things like, once I'm getting myself a bit more established, I will try and automate it and get them up to the surface for easy collection. So I'm going to dig out these corridors and put down the TNT. That's it for the TNT, unfortunately. I was only able to do about 1.5 of these rows. I just realised that I forgot to grab the flint and tinder, which will let me I'll activate it via a pressure plate. That'll be quicker and easier than going all the way back. So, when I set this off, I think I'll set it off out here. It should loop round and those things should start blowing up as well. And we should get a nice series of explosions. So, let's watch this. This will be fun. There it goes. Oh. I put them always 2 apart, so I was hoping I'd get a nice continuous thing. As you can see, I'm going to get like a massive chamber in here. So I'm going to actually go get the flint and steel, because I think that's going to be quickest and easiest way to keep these things running. Okay. Let's pick up these blocks. And let's see if we can set this set this off and running again. There we go. Excellent. That worked. I'll just light this place up. And if you notice that explosion brought the average level of the floor down by another point or two as well. So we should definitely be low enough that slimes will start spawning in here. Just light it up. Okay, so I just have to get lots more TNT so I can open out the rest of this place. It's a huge area and I really don't want to have to dig that by hand because it will just take me forever. But with the TNT it's not too bad. Make sure we grab all the blocks. Let's grab this iron, seeing as it's here. I really shouldn't put those torches on the floor, should I? Because that's going to take away spawning space from the slimes. So I'll put it up on the walls for now. Okay. Now all I can do is wait for slimes to spawn. Hopefully, I mean there should be enough space here now. If we get this down to actually be on the average level. Bit more iron. Always nice to find iron. So they won't spawn while I'm within a certain distance of them. So I say we go away. I mean there should be enough space there now that some slimes will eventually spawn. Looks like it's night time. Get my sword ready. Should probably light up a bit around the top of here. Make it a bit safer for if I come out and it's night time. So I'll just put all these blocks away, make it be day, and then we'll start on the next thing we're doing. Right, I think what I need to do now is make my enchanting table. I mean, I'm not fully ready to make the entire enchanting room, but I would like to be able to see what sort of low-level enchantments I can get on some of my iron tools. Because even if I just put like a level 1 or 2 enchantment on these things, they're going to be a lot better than they currently are. So, I quite like this space here for the enchanting room. It's a reasonable size. I can make it slightly bigger if I need to. I can work out what size or shape I want it to be later. It might be round, like a small stone tower, or hexagonal, or just a plain square room. You know. So, let's look up how you make an enchanting table, because believe it or not, I've never actually done that. Okay, to make an enchanting table, I need 4 bits of obsidian. Now, I don't actually have any obsidian at the moment, but I know where I can get some. Obviously, in order to get the obsidian, I'm going to have to make my first diamond pick. So, let us go do that. I've not actually used any of my diamonds yet, so this will be a first. I'm also going to need 2 diamonds and a book for the enchanting table. Let's make this pick. Oops, there we go. Now, I don't want to use this diamond pick too much. Because I want to get like a nice, decent, high-level enchantment on it before I use it much. So that way, with luck, I'll get something like unbreakable. So it'll last even longer. So there were some lava beds. I've got a bucket with me. I may want some water. So there we go. Just in case I need it. I seem to remember spotting some ready-made obsidian at the end of this one here. It's possible I'm getting confused with some other cave, but I know there's lava here. There we go, plenty of lava. There, obsidian. So I'm going to cut my way through to there, using my normal iron pick. And I'll see you when I get there. I'll make sure the water doesn't push me into the lava. Right, so there's a large ravine there. See, none of this is lit up, and this is more or less underneath my base, so this is where all the mobs are spawning rather than in my mob spawner. But it takes quite a while to shut this sort of place off. And one there. There we go. Here's some lava. And I'm hoping that there isn't more lava underneath. There we go. So I can dig this stuff out. At least I can dig some of it out. And so I just need 4 pieces. This is slow and tedious, so I won't make you watch. Okay, I've got my 4 pieces of obsidian, so let's head back up to the surface and make ourselves that enchanting table. And here we are. Now, some time ago I did go out and find myself some reeds. I believe they're here, along with all the other vegetable matters, because I need a book. Just the one book to make the enchanting table. So, we'll take our sugar canes and make some paper. And we'll take our paper and we'll make a book. Okay, one enchanting table coming up. We do that. We add some nice diamond decorations and we put the actual book to hold the magic. And we have an enchanting table. Achievement get, enchanter. So, now we actually get to enchant stuff. So, do I want to enchant... I may as well enchant this diamond pick, I think, for the full 8 levels that I've got. Oh no, I'm going to need books for that, aren't I? An enchanting table only allows for low-level enchantments unless you surround it by books. So I'm going to show you the reed farm, just so you'll know where this stuff is coming from. That's a right-hand click to open. Left-hand click hitting didn't really work. So what I've got is 2 bits of water, and I've surrounded it by reeds. So just every now and then I walk around doing this. I don't chop at the base, I chop at the second one. That way I don't have to waste time replanting. Now all these farms so far I'm just manually harvesting, manually replanting. Same with the melons that are over there. Once I've got sort of all the basics down, then I'm gonna, then I am gonna start automating, all this stuff just for fun, So while we're here, let's grab all the melons. And it seems melons will grow on grass, or at least, none of them are not growing. So. I mean, I've got essentially an unlimited supply of these things now, which is good, because you know how much I like my melon. Okay, so I've got plenty of reeds on me now, so I can make me some bookcases.